Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
The dark
indeed.
sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Eat. Thanks, boss. Nice armor you got there. And here we begin. In the Northern Undead Asylum, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dark Souls Remastered. And we will be playing through this. I've never completed a first entry in the Dark Souls franchise, nor the second for that matter. But I figured if we're going to play all three, we may as well start with the first one. I'd say that makes the most sense. But here we are, nonetheless. But if you beat this boss, apparently you get his weapon. There is an easier way to do this. But it does not allow you to take the what one might call it. Oh, we finally get hit. Oh, and we get hit a second time. We may be here for a while. Oh, I've officially lost it. Ooh. But we have all the time in the world. There we are. That's our first death. But we will do it eventually. I promise. Is it even worth it? The weapon we get is far, far, far over leveled for us. Oh, and I did not rest at the bonfire. So it seems... seems we will have to run up again. It has to be a perfect fight. That is... that is simply how it is. does manage to get us that time. Oh my! Bullshit hitboxes, might I add. Ugh. Nobody likes lingering hitboxes, Miyazaki. Nobody. That's the worst thing ever when you perfectly time a dodge. Doesn't seem yeah. This isn't going to work. This isn't going to fucking work. For cutscenes. None whatsoever. And now I'm going to show all of you fellow strength character players just how one who is truly skilled at this game, who is nigh perfect, the greatest player, a god amongst men. I will show all of you who are so privileged to watch me play this game, which I've barely played at all. I'm going to show you the only trick that I know. The only thing I really looked up on YouTube was this very thing. And you'll notice that I have an inventory stocked full of black fire bombs. Oh. We can't afford to die here. As that will result in our yes. Fall to me as we acquire a fantastic, almost mythical weapon. If I could remember what the inventory button is. The Demon's Great Hammer. Which we don't know. We obviously don't have the strength to wield yet. We need 46 strength. So unfortunately for the time being, we won't be able to get any mileage out of this. But one day in the future, I'm very unfamiliar. There we are. I simply don't want to waste any more of those. As it would be antithetical to what we are attempting to do. And in this game, you do have to rest at bonfires in order to have your spawns set there. We'll just fix our equipment. Since we are playing as a strength character, all that matters, all that is important is damage. All that matters are the numbers.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lore when thou ringeth the bell of awakening. The fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite. Oh, and this.
Nice.
I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Oh yeah. We got some keys to go places. We don't have poise, because poise isn't a thing in this game. There's no hyper armor, there's nothing. Big weapons are terrible. But that is exactly why we're going to use them, because I am bad. And so, I should be using bad weapons. We will deal with this beast. Oh, wow. You managed to catch me. Oh, we didn't get a key for here? Where did we get a key for? Where on earth? I'm not gonna drop down there. Nah, that's probably not a good idea, you know? Dying isn't really all I cracked up to be. Let's make sure there's nothing down here. Right, I think this just goes... Yes, this just goes back right out. Let's see what else there is. I'm sure there's something else. Let's equip our shield, though. I'd like to see how shields function. I'm pretty sure they're quite good. Ooh, there's an item up there. That's where we came from. Oh, you have to go up and around. That's unfortunate. I felt like there was more to this place, but maybe it's just because I'm an ignorant fool. Or maybe you need the master key. That might be it. That might be the issue. Something's walking around. Might just be a sound effect. Or there might be another boss. No, there's... As far as I know, there's no other boss in this area. There's nothing else. You just run up here. Item ahead. I don't see any items. Oh, soul of a lost undead. Very good. We're going to do nothing but level strength this entire playthrough. No. But
only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
as
To
we are
leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords.
Lordran. Here we are in Lordran. Flying high above the castle walls as the tree leaf textures fade in and out. And here we are at the greatest place known to man in laundry, level up and kindle bonfires. What are we going to... Ooh, we don't want to kindle. I want to level up. We want to raise strength by 3 levels. Perfect. And I don't really know what kindling the bonfire means. I think it... Does it give you more Estus? I'm not sure. We have 10 Estus now, though, so we should be okay. 10 Estus, that's a lot. Compared to Dark Souls 3, when you start out with only, I think 5 is the maximum you can have. There's a bell somewhere up there. There's a bell. Oh, who's this lardo?
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Sure, that's fine. Didn't want to be friends. Oh, wait, do we have the infamous point down? This is definitely a Dark Souls game. Are we fat rolling? I think we are. I don't know how. Or is this... Oh, that's regular rolling. I guess rolling sucks in this game. What's up here? Oh, there's the big bird. Ooh, there's an item. Quite good. Soul of a lost undead. This will plunging attack the ground. We must go. This thing does such better damage when you two-hand it. Excuse me, sir. You seem to be having a seizure. I like the way their pointy shields look much better than this. I'm sure they're worse statistically, but I'm also sure that they look way cooler. I also don't like this armor set at all, so if we find better armor, or even just different armor that's comparable in durability and ability, then I think we will do away with this. Ooh. This is just a rat. We get ourselves a humanity and another soul. I don't mind the screen tearing so much as I do mind dropping down to 20 FPS. He just dunked on that guy. That guy's shooting. I like that armor much more. I like it much more. The wooden shield. Okay, maybe the frame tearing is too much to handle. This is just unbelievably... No, we want motion blur off. We can turn off ambient occlusion. Because I'm not fancy like that. I'd much rather have my... with my Astus flask. Oh, can we not riposte? Is that not in this game? I've never really PvP'd before. In the original Dark Souls.
Well, you see,
Residence key. Well, we do need the bottomless box. We can store stuff if we have that.
thank you kindly.
Bizarre. NPCs in this game are strange, to say the least. Outright disturbing. Oh, roll it. And we're still dropping frames. Disgustingly so as well. That is horrendous. I really do. I really am failing to understand what the appeal of dropping a billion frames for no reason would be. I'm failing to notice it. Luckily, the enemies in the early game are early game difficulty, so they're easy, which is always agreeable. Yes, the chain is around. We'll grab ourselves another 5 black fire bombs. Wonderful. I won't pretend to know what I'm doing. Mainly because I have no idea what I am doing. But I will attempt to do the right things. Oh, would you come up here, you coward? We must lure them out one by one. Yeah, it seems you can't riposte. Or at least you can't riposte these enemies. That is odd. Now there is, if we are smart about it, a Black Knight here. I think it would be wise to equip a shield. Now we do have a chance of getting his weapon, but he will do stuff like that. I think it would be better to fight him back here. And this is the strategy for defeating pretty much everything that can be backstabbed in this game. You should be backstabbing. As it is extremely easy. As you can see, it's not very fair to the poor fellow. As we get a Titanite chunk. Well, we won't be able to use that for quite some time, so. I also really have no idea how the upgrade pathing works in this game. It's not nearly as simplified and intuitive as it is in the original title. It's much more convoluted and nonsensical. as far as I understand. You can still upgrade the first few tiers with Titanite shards, and then Titanite, large Titanite shards, and then Titanite chunks and stuff like that, but there's also like colored Titanite, like green Titanite. There's a lot of very odd things that go on in this game that I really don't feel inclined to try to figure out. Maybe they're over here. Oh, there's one. There we are. I knew there was a Titanite thingy. There's a boss battle here. But there's a trick to the boss battle. It's called to go up here and kill these morons before they get you killed. Oh, you're gonna do the double attack now. So we get a new helmet, which is very likely not better, but whatever. Now let's try and defeat this boss. Yes, yes. We will heal to full before we do this. We'll make it a fair fight with 5 Estus. We'll put all our souls on the line. Oh my. This seems quite angry. Oh my god. The recovery time off being hit is so unbelievably long. Oh my. We'll drink right in his face. And defeat him pretty easily. Not all that difficult. And we get a homeward bone. In case we are cowards, but we are not cowards. So we will take our plus 3,000 souls and this large soul of a lost undead, and we will run all the way home. At the moment, we have a very important person to talk to.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Soler of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
I would say yes. You seem like quite a jolly fellow.
Well then, take this.
White soapstone.
Strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. But I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Very good, Soler. Very, very good. As we drop frames again. I cannot tell you, as somebody who has invested quite a bit of money and time into their computer rig, how frustrating it is to be assailed by such rampant issues. Fortunately, we do manage to escape, and this is the shortcut. This is just about where my knowledge of this game ends. But we do end up back at the bonfire. Now we will... we shall level up again. We'll give ourselves a little bit more health. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this first episode of Dark Souls Remastered, or Dark Souls 1 playthrough. I have been the Irish Kaiser, and I'll bid you all a good night.